Hi, I'm Nick and this is the TBT channel. Today's video, I'm going to be asking for your help. I've sat down, I've just started what I'm going to do. How am I going to do this video? What am I going to wrap it up in? You know? And I picked up a 1992 copy of Air Gunner. For research, you understand, I keep my gentleman's magazines very close to hand. I love them. I love them. I mean, just going through old magazines. Here we are. Look, I mean, wow, just wow. Pure genius, champion ballistic pellets. Do you remember them? It should say somewhere with a heart of steel. If I get my reading glasses. Oh, there we go. Look, the hunting or field target pellet with a heart of copper plated steel. I bought some of them. I did. I bought some of them. You've got an overly heavy lead pellet with a BB in the end of it. Sounds awesome. It's crap, honestly, but it sounds awesome. It's the kind of thing. 1992, I'd have been 21, and these would have been around for a few years before that. I'd have thought, wow, that pellet's got a heart of copper coated steel, and I'd have bought them. I just know I'd have bought them. Today I'm going to be talking about side levers, which is kind of why I've come back to my 1992 magazine to have a little scan through, because side levers aren't something you get nowadays. Now, the Diana 52, 48, 40, 54 and 56, they're still around. They are still around. And there we are, look, a Model 52. That was around in a long way before 1992, but you know, in 1992, it was £239 with a Tasco scope. Absolutely brilliant. And just underneath that, we've got an Air Arms cams in. Now, all of the Air Arms side lever actions were essentially the same. It was the same action with differing lengths of barrel. So you had the borer was the shortest barrel with a woodstock, which was the combat, which was the shortest barrel with the military look stock. Now I had a combat. Oh wow, it had a trumpet on the front, where some guns have a moderator to quieten it down. This had a trumpet. It flared out and amplified the noise. I loved that gun. I really did. I've had, let's think. I've had Camargues. I've had several of the military stocked ones. I had a Borer, an SE90. I think fantastic. I love a side lever. I just think they're a great design, and I love a tap loader because it is so simple. It is so safe to use. Obviously, there's a lot of inherent problems, which is why they aren't around anymore. But that's a shame. That's a shame. And just coming through here and having a read and looking at the pictures of all these different guns, it just makes me, oh my days, I'd forgotten about that. It just makes me yearn for the days when things were simpler and we just chucked pellets in our pocket and wandered off into the woods with a break barrel air gun, usually with open sights. Here's the Ox page. Now, I don't want to seem as if I'm coming across being anti. Are Ox still around? I don't know. I'm not being anti competition or anything like that. Please don't get me wrong, but wow, do you remember Ox Springs? We thought they were the absolute bee's knees. Times have moved on, but Ox did its own ammo as well. Look at that, pointed pellets, its own ammo. I can't help feeling that won't have been very good either. I'm going to have to do something on pellets soon. I'm going to have to do something on pellets. But I'm digressing. I'm wandering off down the little lanes of. I was looking for one of these. That's why I came in here, and I think I missed by 10 years. What I've got here is part of a Hammerli Model 401, and as you will be able to see, it's a side lever. Now, I haven't taken this apart, and I'm not going to take this apart. It is not my job to take this apart. It is my job to ask you to help me to fix the trigger, which we will get to. Tap loaders. Do you remember tap loaders? You lifted up the tap, put the pellet in. I've just noticed, look at this. That's just got a wheel with an arrow on it showing the direction of travel for the pellet, which is rather useful. So that turns, you put your pellet in there. I like that. How have I not had a Hammerli 401? It is virtually identical in look to the Air Arms side leaves. I'm wondering if, in some way, shape, or form, they borrowed the design somehow. I don't know. I mean, the tracker was the same. Tracker's a beautiful rifle. Oh, that's Grattan catalogue though. That was my mum's Grattan catalogue, and that had the rifles there, and the tracker was the one. It was shortest. I've always liked short guns. That's never changed throughout since my early teens till now in my mid 50s. That's never changed. I love a short gun. It was short, and it had the imitation silencer on it. And to a 13-year-old, that's pure gun porn. But the Hammerli 401, I've never had one. It's never come onto my radar until I went down to the gun shop a few weeks ago. I probably showed you basically this on that video when I went in there. It will have gone into the gun shop for some repair of some kind. The gunsmith's taken it apart, and part of taking it apart is he's taken, ouch, the trigger unit apart, which is a foolish thing to do. Again, going back to the 1980s, or this is actually from the 70s, I believe. The 401 was from the 70s, which is probably why I'm not aware of it. It's before my time, and I can't help thinking that it was possibly a little bit higher end for anything my friends would have had either. So he took the trigger apart, and as we know, all the guns from the 1980s, if you took the trigger apart, that was just the first stage of throwing the whole lot in the bin, because you could never get the damn things back together again. And that's exactly what's happened here. He's taken the trigger unit apart and he's put it all back together, and then he's realised he's been left with this spring. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We appear to have 6 pins running through the trigger cassette, the block, the group, the whatever, holding all manner of terribleness inside of there, and this spring. I have absolutely no clue what to do with this. So I need someone watching this now, cleverer than me, and I know there are a lot of you, Alistair in particular. I've got high hopes for Alistair because he tends to know things about air rifles I've never heard of. And another Scotsman, actually, Paul. Paul knows more than is sensible. So I'm hoping somebody's going to come to me and say, well, what you want to do is take it apart, and here's a diagram of how it should go back together again, because I can't even there's bits that move and things that do that, and then there's a sear, and then there's what's that for? Oh, was it supposed to make that noise? Oh, it's now gone floppy, but that moves something there. What's it all about? So it's kind of a meaningless video because I'm not imparting any information to you. I'm purely asking for assistance. Can somebody help me put this back together in the right order? I haven't been given the screws to attach it to the gun. I've just realised that goes onto there and is screwed into place. I haven't been given those screws, so I'm not going to be able to test it even when I've got it back together. So let's hope somebody can help us with that. And that's it. But looking through that magazine, it has given me an idea for a video about pellets, and I think that's what I'm going to do now. Is I'm going to find some interesting pellets to show you. Thank you for watching this. Thank you. If you can help, if you can reply, if you can leave a comment as to what I need to do, how I need to proceed with this, it really would be appreciated, because this is somebody's pride and joy. They've taken it to a gun shop to have it repaired. They want it back, they want to shoot it, and we should keep all guns working if we can. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.